Have you ever wondered if you might be more attractive than you realize? Sometimes, the signs of attractiveness are subtle and easy to overlook. In this video, we'll explore 7 subtle signs that suggest you're more attractive than you think. These aren't always about physical appearance. Often, it's the little things people do around you or the way they react to your presence. As we go through each sign, you might start to notice patterns in your own life that you hadn't paid attention to before. Let's dive in and discover what these hidden signals might be, starting with the first subtle sign. Have you ever caught someone staring at you, even when you're not doing anything out of the ordinary? This could be a sign that you're more attractive than you think. People are naturally drawn to things or people they find appealing, and sometimes they can't help but look. If you notice that strangers or even acquaintances seem to glance your way often, it might be because there's something about you that catches their attention. It's not always about being conventionally beautiful. Sometimes it's your energy, your smile, or the way you carry yourself that draws people in. Another subtle sign of attractiveness is when people smile at you frequently. These smiles might come from strangers on the street, coworkers, or even people you pass by in a store. Smiling is a universal sign of friendliness and interest. If you find that people often greet you with a warm smile, it could be because they're drawn to your appearance or your positive vibe. Sometimes people can't help but respond to someone they find appealing with a genuine smile, even if they don't realize it themselves. You ever notice someone copying your gestures or body language during a conversation? This is called mirroring, and it's a subconscious way people show they're interested or attracted to someone. If you cross your arms and the other person does the same, or if you lean in and they follow, it's a subtle sign they feel a connection. Mirroring is a powerful indicator of attraction, and it often happens without either person realizing it. Pay attention to these small cues next time you're talking to someone. People are attracted to you. They tend to remember the little things you say or do. Maybe someone recalls your favorite coffee order, story you told weeks ago, or even a small detail about your outfit. This attention to detail shows they're paying close attention to you, which is often a sign of attraction. If you notice that people seem to remember things about you that others might forget, it could be because you've made a strong impression on them. Sometimes people act a little awkward or nervous when they're around someone they find attractive. You might notice fidgeting, stumbling over words, or even blushing. This nervous energy is a natural response to being near someone who makes them feel excited or self-conscious. If you've ever wondered why someone seems a bit uneasy around you, it might be because they're attracted to you and want to make a good impression. Compliments are a clear sign of attraction, but sometimes they come in subtle or unexpected ways. Maybe someone compliments your laugh, your style, or even your sense of humor. These compliments might seem casual, but they often reveal genuine admiration. If you find that people go out of their way to say something nice about you, even if it's not about your looks, it's a strong indicator that they find you appealing in more ways than one. Have you noticed people starting conversations with you for no apparent reason? Maybe they ask for help with something simple or make small talk about the weather. When someone is attracted to you, they often look for reasons to interact, even if the topic seems trivial. These little efforts to connect are a subtle but telling sign that you're more attractive than you think. It's easy to forget names, especially in large groups or busy environments, but if people consistently remember your name, it's often because you've made a memorable impression. Attractiveness isn't just about looks, it's about the way you make others feel. If you find that people rarely forget your name, it could be a sign that you stand out in their minds. If someone is attracted to you, they might go out of their way to impress you. This could mean telling interesting stories, showing off their skills, or even dressing up when they know they'll see you. These efforts are often subtle, but they show that the person values your opinion and wants to be noticed by you. If you notice people putting an extra effort around you, it's a strong sign of attraction. Physical touch is a powerful way people express attraction. This doesn't mean anything inappropriate. Sometimes it's just a friendly pat on the back, a touch on the arm, or a playful nudge. If you notice people finding reasons to touch you in a respectful way, it's often because they feel comfortable and drawn to you. These small gestures can speak volumes about how others perceive your attractiveness. Humor is a big part of attraction. If you find that people laugh at your jokes, even the ones that aren't particularly funny, it could be because they're interested in you. Laughter is a way people show they enjoy your company and want to encourage more interaction. If your sense of humor seems to land well with others, it might be a subtle sign of your appeal. Eye contact is one of the most powerful forms of nonverbal communication. When someone is attracted to you, they may hold your gaze a little longer than usual. This prolonged eye contact can create a sense of intimacy and connection. If you notice people looking into your eyes during conversations, it's a strong indicator that they find you appealing. Playful teasing is another way people show attraction. It's a form of flirting that allows people to connect without being too direct. If you find that people often joke with you or tease you in a lighthearted way, it's likely because they feel comfortable and interested in you. This kind of interaction helps build rapport and can be a subtle sign of your attractiveness. When someone is attracted to you, they often want to get to know you better. This can show up as asking personal questions about your life, interests, or opinions. If you notice that people seem genuinely curious about you and want to learn more, it's a sign that you've sparked their interest. These conversations can help deepen connections and reveal underlying attraction. Being invited to join group activities or social events is another subtle sign of attractiveness. People enjoy being around those they find appealing, so they'll often include you in their plans. If you find that you're frequently invited to gatherings or outings, it could be because people want to spend more time with you and get to know you better. Attentive listening is a strong sign of interest and attraction. If you notice that people seem fully engaged when you speak, making eye contact and responding thoughtfully, it's likely because they value what you have to say. This level of attention is often reserved for those we find appealing or important. It's a subtle but meaningful indicator of your attractiveness. When people are attracted to you, they often look for ways to be helpful. This could mean offering assistance with tasks, volunteering to carry something, or simply being there when you need support. These gestures show that they care about your well-being and want to make a positive impression. If you notice people going out of their way to help you, it's a subtle sign of attraction. Physical proximity is another indicator of attraction. If you notice that people often choose to sit or stand near you, even when there are other options, it's likely because they enjoy your presence. This desire to be close is often subconscious and can reveal a lot about how others perceive your attractiveness. In today's digital world, online interactions can also reveal attraction. If people frequently like, comment, or react to your social media posts, it's a sign that they're interested in you. These virtual gestures are the modern equivalent of paying attention in person. If you notice consistent engagement from certain individuals, it could be a subtle sign of your appeal. When people are attracted to you, they often seek your advice or value your opinions. This could be about anything from fashion choices to life decisions. If you find that people regularly ask for your input or seem to trust your judgment, it's a sign that they respect and admire you. This level of trust is often reserved for those we find appealing. Just as laughter is a sign of attraction, so is the effort to make you laugh. If people go out of their way to tell jokes, share funny stories, or lighten the mood around you, it's often because they want to see you smile. This desire to make you happy is a subtle but powerful indicator of attraction. Compliments about your clothing, hairstyle, or overall style are another sign of attraction. People notice the way you present yourself, and if they go out of their way to mention it, it's often because they find you appealing. These compliments can be subtle, but they show that others are paying attention to your appearance. Sometimes, attraction can lead to jealousy. If you notice that people seem a bit possessive or competitive when you interact with others, it could be because they're attracted to you. This jealousy might show up as teasing, playful rivalry, or even subtle comments. While it's important to recognize healthy boundaries, a little jealousy can be a sign that you're more attractive than you think. When someone is attracted to you, they often look for shared interests or experiences. This could mean asking about your hobbies, favorite movies, or music. If you notice that people try to find things in common with you, it's a sign that they want to build a connection and spend more time together. If people quickly notice when you change your hairstyle, wear new clothes, or do something different, it's a sign that they're paying close attention to you. This level of awareness often comes from attraction, as people tend to notice even the smallest changes in those they find appealing. Attraction can also show up as loyalty. If people stand up for you or defend you in conversations, it's a sign that they care about your well-being and reputation. This protective behavior often comes from a place of admiration and respect, and it's another subtle sign that you're more attractive than you think. Time is one of the most valuable things we can give. If people consistently make time for you, even when they're busy, it's a strong sign that they value your presence. This willingness to prioritize you shows that you're important to them, and it's often rooted in attraction. If giving is a classic way people show affection and attraction. If someone gives you a thoughtful gift, even if it's something small, it shows they've been thinking about you. These gestures don't have to be grand. Sometimes it's the thought that counts. If you receive little surprises from people, it's a subtle sign of your appeal. As we've seen, attractiveness isn't always about looks. It's often reflected in the way people respond to you, the attention they give, and the small gestures they make. If you recognize several of these subtle signs in your own life, chances are you're more attractive than you think. Remember, true attractiveness comes from confidence, kindness, and being genuine. Embrace your unique qualities and appreciate the positive impact you have on those around you. Thanks for watching, and remember to recognize your own appeal every day.